You're tuned in. You're tuned in to the Intellectual Radio at 9 p.m. This is IntellectualRadio.com, and you're watching Ex-Cons for Trump 2024. Ex-Cons for Trump on IntellectualRadio.com. I'm your host, Tyrone Muhammad, and I'm joined by Crow from the Go. Crow from the Go. You got to tell them why you call yourself that too, Crow.
All right,
But you are in tune with IntellectualRadio.com, and this is Ex-Cons for the number 4 Trump. I'm going to get this little 5-minute soliloquy out. I'm so pleased and thankful to all of the out-of-towners. That means those outside of Chicago who've been tuning in. I need y'all to start sharing and subscribing to IntellectualRadio.com. Don't just watch it, but don't give them no props and no love. Give props and love to IntellectualRadio.com for the show. And I need y'all to do that. Really, that's real important, because that let us know the power and the impact that we have, and plus it let others know that unapologetically black IntellectualRadio.com, Earl, is unapologetically black, and the people need to know that this show exists, that IntellectualRadio.com exists, and for what he's done. This show and IntellectualRadio.com has done for the community is no reason why this shouldn't be one of the most successful radio shows in the country. And with that being said, thank you all for tuning in around the country and reaching out to me. I had over 20 people personally call me. I don't know where a lot of y'all got my number from, but they said they saw the show and they agree that it's time to make the Democratic Party feel that they don't have a monopoly on our vote. And as I've said to everybody that I know that love me and that support me, and they ask me why this and why that, and once I explain it to them, they understand why it has to be done. Even if they don't support, even if their thing was we're not supporting nothing. But I'm saying to them that this affront that we doing is a form of agitation to say to the country, to say to the world, and to say to black people, get off the titty of the Democratic Party. That the Democrat Party does not have a monopoly on our vote. The Democratic Party does not have a monopoly on black people. And that's real. You don't have a monopoly on black people or the black vote. I think you ran your course with this migrant issue. Y'all just tried us right in our face. You took our money like y'all was Larry Hoover, Willie Lord Jeff. I ain't gonna even say that. They ain't even that dishonorable. They not even that dishonorable. Wow. Them people are more dishonorable than the people they said they gangsters. They gangsters us. Them brothers are more honorable than these so-called people that call themselves politicians. You hear me, bro? They openly took our money and gave it to an illegal alien. They took our money and gave it to Martians. While we sitting in our community starving, killing each other, terrorizing our women and children over garbage, over bad food, over bad drugs, over lack of opportunities. Man, we are out of our mind. I want to give a shout out to Trumpio's sponsors. My sponsor, Trumpio. If y'all need a collector's item, this is it. I want y'all eating these. I want to give a shout out to my sponsor, Trumpios. Trumpios. Let's give a shout out to Trumpios for the support. Thank you, Trumpios. Thank you, Trumpios, for the support and continued support. Anybody out there that would like to sponsor any of these shows, if you would like to sponsor any of our shows and you like your company mentioned and well as your strong stance mentioned, if you're just an individual and you would like to sponsor Ex-Cons, the number 4 Trump, please reach out to us. IntellectualRadio.com. And I'm Tyrone Muhammad on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, all of the social media, Twitter platforms. And with that being said, man, I'm gonna throw an alley oop and get a few thoughts from my brother Crow from the Go, rather. Crow from the Go. That's that country slang, y'all. Crow from the Go. And then I'm gonna let him tell us what he got on his head, and we'll open the phones up for our people to communicate with us back and forth. So let's go, Crow.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here tonight. Thank you for having me again. To all the people out in the Chicagoland area, it's definitely a time for the melanated Black American community to wake up, and we have to be more vigilant and more assertive and aggressive in our conscious stance to not just hold the Democratic Party accountable for the things that they've told us over the years and the decades, but also be welcoming and opening to listen to the Republicans come in and tell us what they have for us. Both hands wash the other. They have to become more vigilant. They have to become more present in our community if they want our vote. And they have to do better than the Democratic Party has done. The last couple of days have been crazy. We have one of the political candidates not saying anything, and we have the other political candidate saying too much of the wrong thing. But it goes to show the reference that they're both human beings and they're people, and they have an agenda to accomplish, and that's to be elected into office. So if you want the Black vote and you want to be elected into office, well, then you have to give us something for that vote. That is our choice. That is our power as a collective community. They owe it to all of us. And we have to make a stance at this present point in time to let them know that we will not continue to be used, abused, and misled and lied to. So if you can't tell us the truth, then we rather not hear nothing from you at all.
Hey, y'all know how I feel about this. It's two sets of people I'm gonna say hate, despise.
Well, that's strong. Just dislike.
No. It ain't this strong. Cause God hate them.
Okay.
Cause He destroys scribes, Pharisees, politicians, and pastors. Politicians and pastors are the main problem with our communities, man. They are actually operated in a treasonous way against our communities. They are treacherous and treasonous to the Black community. These people that they have deemed are our leaders, pastors and politicians, should be hung on the cross and crucified. I'm telling y'all now. What would be the equivalent of hanging somebody on the cross and crucified? What? Lethal injection? They need to be drove out of our communities. You got 50,000 churches in our communities. In Inglewood, probably 200,000, 2,000.
No, it's
Man, what is it?
It's about 300.
In Inglewood.
In Inglewood.
You got 300 churches in Inglewood. 289 probably should be on the firing squad. I'm talking about Black leadership. The fact that they will let this government stand in a photo op with Brandon Johnson and openly usurp resources from our communities that's due to our communities, that's due to Black people, and give it to non-citizens, bro. Why Black brothers are murdering and killing each other every day in these communities. The crazy part about it, Tracy and I was sitting in court for George Blakemore, and we witnessed 20 migrants stand before the judge because they was arrested for stealing, burglary, battery, all types of crap. The police didn't show up to lock them up. They let them go. They early on told them, don't even show up for court. Then the next 5 or 6 Black brothers that was there standing before the judge, Guess who was there for them? The police. The police that arrested them was there for them.
Wow.
It's so much crime and violence going on. See, they don't want us to really know how much violence is happening from that population of migrants. The ones that been released from prison, the ones that's been recruited to be into. I would recruit them if I was a street element. I would have them. I would give them guns. I would give them drugs. Hell, they don't go to jail. It's almost remind me of the 90s, the 80s when we were 16. We would give the shorties the packs to sell because they couldn't go to jail. They couldn't go to jail. That's why I was on the street selling early at 12 years old. So when the police got me and the big homie said, hey, they knew the law. Yeah, they can't let you go. I'm going to come pick you up before your mama find out. It seems like that's what's happening right now. Man, there's so many issues and ills in this country that's happening under our noses and in our face. It may not be so bad as we think as it relates to how we treat each other or if it's really us shooting and killing each other, bro.
That's strong.
It may not be true. I be hoping to roll up on somebody that was white or somebody that was outside of our community shooting one of our brothers or sisters and running off in these fast cars and getting away. And then we thinking it's an opposition or a black man murdering one another.
But
I can't even understand it, bro.
But just to chime in on that point
right. And y'all can call in 708-223-8953, 708-223-8953. Once again, thank you to our sponsors, Trumpios for Trump. Trumpios for Trump. Thank you to our sponsors. If you want a box of Trumpios for a collective item, that Trump and Vans, that's $25 to you. Trumpios, and put this on your shelf.
But just to chime in on that point you made, but you made a very valid point that it might not even be us doing the shooting. So that's why we have to become stronger and more unified together and open up lines of communication. If you are in the street element, you have to stop killing your brother so we can have an open line of communication. When it's a disagreement, before we pick up a gun and go aiming at one another, it's best that we try to work these problems out
and figure out where it's coming from.
Yeah, because we have to be the lead investigators in our community.
But what's happened is everything's been usurped. Even the violence intervention, all of those departments have been usurped. Most of the cases, we are not the ones that control the revenues and the money. We are not the fiscal agents of our own lives. Wow. We are not the fiscal agents of our own revenue. These people, you got white women governing over gangbangers and gangsters who was once the problem in their community, are now working for little white women who ain't never been to jail, who ain't never seen the inside of a jail. Yet they dictating the funds and money and using Black Death as a hustle. They dictating the social programs, using everybody come up with a grant. Everybody come up with a grant writer to go get Black people's money, and then put Black people's in front, and they think they doing something. We just such slaves on so many different levels, man. It's unfathomable how many levels of niggerism we own in this space, in this state, in this space. How many different levels, man? We gotta do it. So we gotta call. Trumpios. Did you answer there? Hello. Hello, you are watching Ex-Cons for Trump. Who are we speaking to?
Tyrone, this is Mama Doris.
Oh, the great Mama Doris. How you doing? Thank you for calling in, Mama Doris. Tell us something good. Tell us something powerful, and tell us what you need us to do.
Well, what I have to say to you tonight is that what you are doing is very much needed. You have elevated your platform, and I know you're going to be reaching millions and millions of our people, and you're going to be telling the truth, and that's what we need now. What we need as a people now is the truth about what's going on in this country and how it's impacting us. And I just want you to continue to good work, and may Allah continue to bless you with all of your endeavors or whatever you choose to go forward with. I know God is guiding you, and I just want to wish you the best.
Thank you, Mama Doris. I appreciate you calling in and share the word, spread it, and share it, man. Please,
I,
thank you.
I sure will. Have a good evening.
708-223-8953. 708-223-8953. We want to hear from our black women like Mama Doris, our elders in our community. See, you know the crazy part is, Crow, we sit around here, even as young people, we still expect our elders to fight for us.
Man.
We expect our elders to do all the fighting. They still fighting, man. While we sitting here complaining. They say, oh, he doing Trump. Yeah, I ain't doing that. I ain't gonna vote. I used to vote, but I ain't gonna vote for Trump. So what? Who cares what you do? Because if you got that attitude, you the problem. I think I got that phone up right, Earl. There we go. Hung up. Now, there we go.
But
You the problem. If you part of the problem, if you got that mindset, then you about to be telling us who to vote for. Then, if you not then just staying home ain't enough. You ain't get staying home because it's not about us liking Trump or liking Democrats, because all of it is stupid. If you call yourself a Democrat or a Republican, you really un-American. Because if we American, why we divided like we Confederate in Union? That's what Democrat and Republican has become, a highfalutin Confederate and Union. That's what it seemed like it has become. So if you calling yourself a Democrat or Republican, you are an enemy to America. I'm going to say it openly. You are an enemy to America because y'all divided on ideology and rationales and irrationalities that don't serve the people that y'all say y'all went to the office to serve. Go ahead, Crow.
But now that you absolutely right. That's a strong statement. That's a very strong statement. And
I can prove it.
No, it's true, because if you read the Constitution was established on the Republic. And if it's established on the Republic, that means that's for the people, to work for the people, in the best interest of the people. And to go back what you were saying about how we rely on our elders, and I think, me personally, that's just my personal opinion. I think that's why Kamala Harris has such a had such an impact when they nominated her, because most African American homes, well, 29% of homes in the U.S., as noted back in 2022, it was a single parent household, 29%. And of that 29%, 75% of those homes were headed by women. So a lot of people cling to Kamala because she has the image of a mother, and most people that were raised in a single parent home by their mother will rely on that as if she's going to help you in some sort of way. And that's not the case at all. We have to look at her her political record, and not so much about the indiscrepancies that she may have outside of her political office. Who cares who she slept with, how she did it? Let's get to the facts of the matter. What has she done in those last 3.5 years? Let's look at that core right there. What has she done? It was noted that she was the southern border czar. And as you can see, the southern border was overran. It's estimated that we have, 18 million, 19 million people cross the border illegally.
19 million.
19 million.
Who paying for them? How are they eating? Where are they located? Why are they, what's their classification? What type of felonies do they have? Where do they come from?
They weren't vetted.
What type of diseases are they carrying? Man, come on, man. Ain't no way in the world that is kosher. And we are forced to accept it, especially in our neighborhood. You know, one thing I realized, and I think I'm gonna shoot over there. It's 100 and something. They got the old Target building. See, I know stuff y'all don't know. The Secret Service and this they've been there a whole week, Earl. I'm gonna get the address to this Target building. Send it up. If you out here, Keith Island, just call in, tell them what the address is to the Target building. A whole occupied. It hasn't been occupied in 3 years, man. They won't take that same building, the money they put in it to fix it up for the Democratic National Convention, Earl. They took a whole Target, took it, put black windows on it, and they got big screen TVs all in there, and they're monitoring our comings and goings, and we don't even know they're there. I'm talking about the Secret Service and the government take the building over. You hear me? I'm going to block. I'm going on that building. I'm going there tomorrow. Y'all locking me up. I'm going tomorrow and see what y'all doing. They took the building and they blacked it out, put all this money into it. Where the money come from, Earl? But they won't take that same building, Crow, and do training for black men and boys for construction, for cannabis, to grow, agriculture, horticulture. They won't put them in there. They won't take that same building, just like they took the Woodlawn building over there in Woodlawn and put the migrants in it when we've been asking for that building for 3 years. Then they did the same thing in South Shore. Let the police operate over there with impunity in the name of what is that? I think of it in a minute. But in the name of that, whatever they supposed to some decree, and then it's a consent decree to get proper training and all of that, and said we was able to use the building alongside the police. That never happened under Lori Lightfoot. That never happened under her. So we don't have nowhere to do real behavior modification of the thoughts and the mindsets of these young boys that would so terrorize and murder women and children in these communities. We can't ever sit them down, bro, to a game of basketball or let them artistically express themselves on the stage in the gymnasium. Then what are we saying is good for them? Graveyards and prisons. Yeah. Ain't nothing else. We need to stop lying. Democrats lying to us. They lying to us. They don't want no advancement. Look, follow the money. Follow the money of all the groups that keep getting this money year after year. Just follow it. Heartline Alliance, Metropolitan Family Service. You want me to keep going? Safer Foundation. How many more? You know. There's been staples. See, I don't like me to tell the names, to tell the truth. Look at that. How have there? And who judging these false metrics, Earl? Who is that following these metrics to track whether or not they are effective at all? This is the joke, man. And guess who keep giving that paper up? Our elected officials continue to push bogus social programs. And somebody like me, Earl, open a business up in the heart of the South Loop, and they don't show up for the ribbon cutting or nothing. And I did 21 years in prison. You saying stick with who? Why are we sticking with Democrats? What have they given us? Why do we love the devil? Because the devil give you nothing. Why don't you love God? Because he give you everything. Ain't that amazing? How do you love the devil that gives you nothing? Every year, hook, line, and sinker, every 2 years, every 4 years. Then we send black caucus down. Carcass, not caucus. Y'all listen to what I'm saying. Carcass is a dead flesh. Something that's robbed and void of life. Has become a decayed matter. It is rotten from within and from without. It is now a carcass, not caucus. There is no such thing as a black caucus, called carcass. It's carcass. It's dead flesh. They haven't represented us and don't represent us. You know why I don't get nothing? Because I have a daggone audacity to tell the truth. If the people don't support me, I don't exist. If white folk don't give me the dollars and the donations that we receive from our organization, and a few black people that help us, ECCSC wouldn't exist. I couldn't even function. Because black folks talk crazy and talk loud and say what they ain't going to do, but they don't support. So now, then they want to talk about how their leaders sold out. Their leaders. Them the ones that the people give, that the government give them, not the ones that the people selected. and they sold out. That's because you didn't help fund the movement or the revolution. If y'all think the powers to be, this devil, is gonna help y'all defeat them, if you think the Democratic devil is gonna give you the tools you need to resurrect your communities from the dead, and they've been using your social condition, economic condition to be the leaders over you. If your stuff is together, who leads you, Earl, when you good? Who is the leaders? Who lining up to be the leader of all the communities that's prosperous? Who lining up to do that? Because there's no such thing. We've never had the communities that was ever prosperous outside of Black Wall Street, as they say. And you're really not prosperous because you still relying on white people to push through the highways whatever products and goods you was trying to produce or sell. Man, 708-223-8953. 708-223-8953. We want to hear from you. Crow, you got something to say before the people call?
One of the most important things that we have to learn, if you're 18 years of age, you need to get out and register to vote.
That's right.
Okay, and one of the ways that you can register to vote, some of the things that you must have, you must be a U.S. citizen, you must be 18 years of age to vote in the general election, and you must have been a resident.
I don't know how true that is to be a U.S. citizen, because I just put some on Facebook showing that the migrants registered to vote. How they did that, I would like to know. Where are they investigative journalism at? How?
Okay, and well, you must have been a resident of the precinct at least 30 days prior to the election. You need 2 forms of identification. When you go to register, you can register at the DMV, I think it's the currency exchange, the post office, the public libraries. You need at least 2 forms of identification. One of those forms of identification has to be current. It has to have a current picture of you and your current address of where you stay at. A driver's license or a state ID. The second piece of identification can be a paycheck, a government check, a current utility bill, a bank statement, or other government document that shows your name, address, and that's about it. So I'm asking all the young people, please get registered to vote if you haven't registered. If you aren't and you're older than 18 years of age, if you fit those qualifications that I just mentioned, please get up and go and register to vote. I know specifically for melanated Black Americans, our ancestors fought for us to have the right to vote. They were beaten, they were hosed, they were sicked on by dogs,
and
to
did
have
all
that right.
that to be slaves to a party. What type of I really would like to know what Dr. King is thinking. I really would like to know what Malcolm is saying. I really want to know, like, what do they, when they see our Black elected officials, what are they saying about us, man, as a people? So it looks like we got to call in. You're now listening to ex-cons for Trump. Who are we speaking to?
You're speaking to Jacob.
Jacob?
Yeah.
How you doing, Jacob?
I'm okay, man. I want to ask you something. How can you guys get, especially young kids from 18 to 25, to go out to vote?
18 to 25. I mean, we've already started that process. Me specifically, I've been focusing on returning citizens, and I've been getting them to register and lining them up with different people to help them get registered. My goal is to create 1,000 voters registrars from the returning citizen population to go out there to reach out to the 18 to 25-year-old. It has to be an empowerment of young people for young people. Old people have violated them, Jacob. Old people have violated them. Old people have disrespected them. Old people haven't left them with nothing. Our elders haven't been right to the children. The children have no future in America. America is falling, and they know it. America is falling, and they know it. And I'm going to say it again. America as we know it or knew it is falling. I'm still trying to find my African land so I can get the hell up out of here, because this is over with. This is over with. We're going to keep doing this every 4 years. Huh? So with that being said, any other questions, Jacob?
Yeah, the last question is, you don't think people are tired of this election? Every time they say they're going to do something for black,
Yeah, they
black,
tired.
and they don't do it. You don't think people, that's why people don't want to go and vote, because they're tired. They say, if you have vote, they're not going to get nothing done.
Yeah, they tired.
Well, Jacob, that you asked a very important question earlier. Well, how do you get the young kids to vote? Well, I would say this: the parents, and the people that they respect, the people that they come to,
All
that
their
they live in
parents
the house.
voting Democrat. What do you
Well,
mean?
listen. Well, listen. This is this is what
they
I'm
the
saying.
problem.
Listen, this is what I'm saying. The parents still have to educate them to vote, and process of educating them to vote. You're gonna listen to your parent, and your parent gonna tell you to go this way or that way, as my parent did. But as an 18-year-old teenager, you can see out your own eyes the conditions in your community, and you have to question your parents, and you have to go and be vigilant and do research. The social media and the internet now is full of information. And I'm talking to the young kids that may tune into this. If they watch it today or they watch it tomorrow, be vigilant in your research. You know, be very vigilant. Look up laws. Go to whitehousegov.com and look things up. Go and look things up all over the internet. Be careful of the media sources that you receive your information from, and just search and be vigilant and ask your parents questions. Be vigilant. Get registered to vote, and let's go.
So, all right, Jacob,
My
thank you.
last question,
Go ahead.
no, please, my last question, man. My last question is, I just want to ask you guys, I think you guys know a lot. Where black people have to go? Where is black people country?
Everywhere, the
Africa,
planet.
Black people,
Africa
black
No.
people,
country.
black.
Where is the
Listen,
black people
the
go?
original
That's
man.
I'm
No, black people don't have nowhere to go. This is our country. We've created it. Even we'll find that our problems are in Africa because African are tribal. They have tribalism. Everybody is fighting in every little corner. It's separation in every country, in every sect. That's why Russia and Ukraine and are fighting, because everybody is separated. There's separation in Britain and France. Everywhere is separation. The difference is that at least those countries, the Africans, live in Africa. We don't have a nationality. We don't know who we are, what we are. Folkway, more ways, norms have all been destroyed. We don't know our language. Most of us don't even know God because we worship in so many idols. We got a person that called themselves a Christian. They all read the same books. They all read the same books, but yet they're Episcopalian, they're Methodist, they're Lutheran, they're Catholic, they Baptist over the sun, under the moon, they Baptist over the birch, over the brooks, over the under the ground. They got all these different names of who they are in their denomination, but they all profess to read the same book. That tells you that they have given us the gods that they've given us, and we don't know the gods of our ancestors. We still following the same God and religion of the slave master. Slave master say he was a Christian. And you no longer are Toby, you no longer Kuta Kinte, your name is Toby. And matter of fact, your name is Johnson. And matter of fact, your name is Smith. And Walker and Early. You don't have an identity. We don't have an identity. And then the very thing that we do get power in, we fight to have the vote, only to allow the powers that be to put people in leadership over us, to then mislead us and keep us in slavery for another 100 years. For another 100 years. And you got Negroes mad because you have the right to choose, because you have a free thinking head to say, I ain't going that route. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to vote the way I want to vote. Oh, you crazy. Why would you vote us back in slavery? Fool, you don't see the communities you living in? You think it's okay? Some of the house niggas live better than some people living today. I ain't lying. They at the best parts of the pig. So with that being said, my brother, hey, thank you. We don't have nowhere to go. And I think we hang up. I thank you for calling. Next call. Hello, we hot. Caller, ex-cons for Trump. Talk. Yes.
Hey, can I be heard?
Yes, you can, bro.
Hey, what's going on, Brother Muhammad?
I'm good.
All right, this is Brother Marlon, man. We familiar with each other. We don't see each other in the community.
Yes, sir.
I'm a dude that's always talking about reparations.
Oh yeah, Marlon, no doubt.
Yeah. Mother Doris.
Reparation now.
Yes, sir. Yeah, Mother Doris just texted me. I didn't even know you had a live show. Actually, Mother Doris just texted me and said, "Tune in the Muhammad show. It's really good." So I just tuned in and heard you talking. I wanted to ask you a question. I want your opinion on something.
Yes, sir.
You know, because I see what you're doing, respect it, and I just want your opinion on what your position is on it. So my thing with the current situation, what I'm telling Black folks to do is, unless the Democrats are talking about reparations for real,
that's right.
Vote for anybody but them. Whether it's anybody, whether it's Trump, the independent, right-in reparations at the top of the ticket. I don't care. Just vote for anybody but them, just so they can see we don't. 95% of our vote is not going to them unless they give us what we want. Just give me your opinion on it, and I'll just hang up and listen.
Now, okay, bet. So no, don't hang up, Marlon. You hear me?
Okay.
Hold on, because you may want to respond. That's why I say ex-cons for Trump. I didn't cause I love Trump or care. I don't give a damn about neither party. Right. I'm honestly letting them know that there's a quid pro quo that's involved with this. Everything you just said is the reason why I said ex-cons for Trump. Because there's only two parties running. Kennedy ain't smart enough to come get us, brother Marlon, and say, hey, what's the platform y'all want for us to make an independent push? What platform? He's not smart enough to do that. He's not smart enough and methodical enough because they're not really interested, bro, in us, our issues and our platforms. So we're gonna create it. So we've been organizing all across the country as Black men, bro. And I'm gonna put you in tune with that because you need to control that reparation space because you've been on that. That's your lane. I'm gonna support you in that. You already know how I feel about reparation. I don't believe white folks gonna give us nothing. I don't care about reparation in the grand in the surface sense because I believe that everything in society we are control of. We should take it. I don't want to ask you for nothing. You can't give me nothing that belongs to me. I'm gonna take it back, or I'm gonna run you out of my community. And the 15 billion, 20 billion, or $30 billion that they take out of our communities every year sound like reparation to me. Hey, hey, bro, we let foreigners come in to open up businesses and take our money out. And guess what, Marlon? I ain't seen one Brinks truck pick their money up from no Subway, from no Dunkin' Donut. I ain't seen no Brinks truck pick their money up from no liquor stores. I ain't seen Brinks trucks pick their money up from grocery stores. I ain't seen from Baba's, from none of them. I have seen not one from Dunkin' Donut, Subway. I seen not one Brinks truck pull up. I see them walking out of our communities with envelopes in their pockets. Envelopes in their pocket with no security, but giving a brother a pop to say, hey, that's Joe, that's our Baba, he our friend. They're taking our money, bro, and they'll create no community benefit agreement that allow them to have faith passages, but you'll kill and carjack and our aunties, our sisters, and our loved ones, you'll carjack them for their little crumbs going to and fro, but let the doggone enemy go in and out your community with a pocket full of money, and you ain't slapped the shit out of them. I'm sorry, Earl, you ain't slapped nobody one time. And I ain't in. And look, let me cause I'm going to jail. Look. No. Listen what I'm telling you. This last thing, and I'm not encouraging them to be robbed or harmed.
No, I understand.
And this, my thoughts and my suggestions and my ideas are not necessarily the thoughts and ideas of IntellectualRadio.com.
Yeah, well,
so I go in.
And this is my thing, Tyrone. Even, like I said, my thing is, last presidential election, I wrote in reparations at the top of the ticket.
Yep.
I voted locally, top of the ticket. I wrote in reparations.
I remember.
And now people are saying, people, you got folks like yourself who are going to vote for Trump, or other folks that's going to vote for Trump, that black folks in Chicago that's voting for Trump. And my thing is this, I'm not even mad at that, because Trump ain't going to do reparations either. But at least he's not going to not do reparations and dump illegal immigrants on top of our heads.
Absolutely. And do nothing about us getting murdered in these neighborhoods.
I mean, come on. At least he won't do that. The Democrats get 95% of your vote. They won't do reparations for real. And they dump illegal immigrants on top of your head.
And they give all the dispensaries to white men.
Come on, man. At least Trump. People say, well, Trump ain't gonna do reparations either, but at least he's not gonna do that.
But how do we know? How do we know he's not gonna do reparations if we haven't organized to push him to do it?
That's another good point.
We know Kamala ain't giving us nothing.
But even if he don't, but like I said, even if he don't, at least he won't do all that other stuff that they do.
Hey, brother Marlon. Kamala came out and clearly said, "I have nothing specifically for black people." That's cold. That's mean. That's mean. That's mean right there. That's mean.
You know what they? Hey, listen, and I'm gonna tell you on this black thing about her being black. If you pronounce her name right, it's clear she's not black. Absolutely. The way we say her name, or the way they sold her name to us, is Kamala. Kamala could sound like a black girl on the south side of Chicago, right?
Yeah, Kamala.
But her name is pronounced Kamala.
Yeah.
If you say Kamala, that's clear. That ain't no black woman.
No.
You follow what I'm saying?
No.
If you say Kamala, that might be your sister girl. But if you say Kamala,
but you know what?
That's an Indian woman.
We got to understand, Marlon, and stop doing thinking all skin folks are kin folks.
That's right.
It don't matter if she. It don't matter if she is black. What color is Brandon?
That's right.
What color is Brandon?
That's right. That's right.
What color is the lieutenant governor? What color is the speaker of the house? What color is the state's attorney?
What's that old word they used to call them back in the day? Oreo? Something like that?
Yeah. So it doesn't matter about no color. Color is, we got over 150 black elected positions in Illinois, in Chicago. Right. We have the most per capita black elected officials than any state in any city. Wow. And our communities look the way they look. And I be damn if I'm gonna get Tyrone Muhammad anything. Cause this nigga this Negro telling on us.
That's right.
He telling on us.
The vice governor black, the mayor black, the speaker of the house black,
the police chief black.
Come on, man.
Listen, we have a black police chief over one of the most racist police departments in the country.
Come
on, man. We about to stop playing, bro.
I'm feeling you, bro. But like I said, Mother Doris just texted me your show. I didn't even know you had a show. I'm gonna start listening to it. But I'm in 100% support.
So every Tuesday and Thursday at 9:00. If I keep this up, man, Earl gonna have to give me 7 days, man. Cause we can't sit back here, man, and just die and keep on doing the same thing over and over. Since we gonna die, we might well listen. If I'm gonna just die, I might well be at war and be about doing some other stuff.
That's my thing, bro. It's like if they gonna kill us, let's go and get this.
Just get it over with. Let's get it over with.
Let it happen.
Do you know why? Because these Negroes will rather smoke a pack of cigarette every day than to just jump off the Sears Tower. Just go and get it over with.
There's a lot of us that's ready to go, and I'm with you on that, bro. If it's gonna happen, let's go. Because people say, well, the Republicans, they gonna kill us. Well, let's go. Let's make it.
They gonna kill us. Who they think? And you know that scare tactic. How you think they gonna kill us? Well, my little homies out there, they got choppers bigger than they got chopper bigger than the antenna of the John Hancock building, and they shoot 1,000 rounds. Them little homies ain't going to no slavery.
Look. They won't make it past Hyde Park. They come to Chicago with that bullshit. You know what I mean?
They know it, man.
I appreciate you, bro.
All right, man. Love, bro. We'll be in touch.
Indeed.
Yeah, I'm clear. I'm clear I'm a revolutionary. I'm clear I'm going to jail. I'm clear I may not even see tomorrow. I'm just tired of it, man. We crazy, man. Everybody always talking about heaven. Ain't nobody talking about dead. Everybody want to go to heaven with grandmama, but ain't nobody talking about dying for freedom, man. That grandmama and them did. I mean, they literally got murdered for trying to get you some voting rights. Man, Dr. King them got murdered, and he didn't get murdered because it's his dream. He got murdered because he was talking about the economics. Ooh. He got murdered for the same thing y'all have done to us, black politicians. Y'all talk Harold Watson, y'all talk Dr. King. Dr. King wouldn't even be in the same room with you Negroes right now. He wouldn't. Dr. King was a conservative. He would be a Republican probably by now. I almost believe that X comes for Trump. Because you know why? We are some of the most, ex-felons are the most conservative population and class of people and fearless and been through the ringers and a testament to tell in the furnace of fire of affliction. We come out and create businesses. We contribute to society, and they still spit on us and step on us. We might well stay out in the streets with the little homie and guide them downtown to rob, steal, and do whatever they want to do.
Quick question though. Like seriously, like just think about that. We don't discuss like what the actual Republican Party stands for. What's their makeup? They believe in God, religion, family. Yep. Like who don't want a family? Who don't want a father, mother? Economic opportunity, less government, less taxes. Okay,
what's wrong with that?
Nothing. Now let's talk about what do the Democratic Party represent.
We
have to talk about
abortions, and they destroy family, non-traditional families. They create non-traditional families, and they believe in prisons and graveyards.
So when you look at those core principles right there, and I'm not saying all Democrats believe in this because there's some Democrats that I know. You don't gotta
say all. Let me show you something. When you say that, you let them off the hook. Let me show you why.
Why?
The same way I tell the police department, Earl. I said, there's no good cop. They say, what? This in roll call. They said, what you mean? Ain't no good cop. Then I said, with a show of hands, whoever turned in a bad cop, raise your hand. Out of all you good cops, how many of y'all turned in a bad cop?
That's deep.
Guess how many hands go up?
None.
So don't say that. If they watch their fellow Democrat violate the communities, see the caveats of what we have. We always qualifying and quantifying. They don't do that. White folks don't do that. They'll quantify. Hey, this is. We ain't going. We that there and that there.
It's absolute.
We don't say X comes for Trump. I ain't got to explain nothing. I have the right to vote. I ain't got to explain it. I got the right to vote.
Facts.
This is why we doing it because you scared. Y'all scared to stand and to claim anything. Why? Talking about us for having the right and the fearlessness to stand. We are from Republican in a Democratic orchestrated puppeted led state.
They don't.
You ain't got a chance, bro.
Man, that pressure ugly, boy. Because I know it's people that's like, I mean, I know it. They feel the way they feel, but I'm gonna tell you something though, and this is just being totally honest. I stay on the South Side.
We got about 5-10 minutes, Earl.
In a predominantly black neighborhood, and I don't have no problems. Like it's like in the hood, they want you to believe that they'll sell it like black people are mad. Certain black people are mad at black people that live in the city of Chicago, and most black people that are mad at other black people like myself, this brother right here, that will argue and debate with us. They don't even live in Chicago. Most of them, some of them live in red states. Some of them live in the outside. I don't care.
Keep your coward ass over there.
But the melanated black Americans that live in impoverished Inglewood, Auburn, Gresham, Pullman, West Pullman, they live on the South Side. They live in Austin on the West Side. I don't have a problem with them. Nobody has came and tried to bust my head. And
but this is the problem, though. The people got a problem with you. While watching your platform. I'm not watching theirs.
That's a fact.
I don't care about theirs.
It-
I'm not going on their line saying nothing about who they Kamala. If you vote for her, that's your business. I ain't going on their live messing with them about who they messing with. If I don't like you and I don't, you're not gonna change my mind. Coming on here, you're not gonna change my mind by saying negative stuff to me. You ain't gonna hurt my feelings because you're not my constituency base. My constituency base is 80 million ex-cons in the United States. If somebody got some sense, they know that represents something. And even the states where Republicans say they can't vote, I think they may change the mind. My goal is to change their minds about that population that you saying can't vote because you can never beat that other population if you don't release the shackles off that population who serve their debt to society. See, I'm working on every angle, bro. I don't care about no parties. All them foul. But we gonna stand on what we stand on and let Democrats come and show us something better. And they can't do it, bro. It ain't even in their nature. They so arrogant and prideful to even say, hey, you know what? I heard you. I heard you. What is it that y'all want help with? What we want help with? What the people send you to office to do?
Represent your constituents and bring the resources to the community and where it's needed. And don't know communities needed more than Austin, than Inglewood, that Washington Park,
man.
the Wood, you know what I'm saying? The western part of the Woodlawn area, Washington Park, Auburn, Gresham, West Pullman, Inglewood, West Inglewood.
We got a call. Let's see. Hold on. Trumpio's. Come on in, caller. You're on ex-cons for Trump. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? If not, come on back. Try it again. Let's see. It's on. Call back before we close out. Call back and let's try this again. Maybe your phone because I saw it. It was on. So come on back and man. Okay, there we go. How about now, caller?
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
How are you, Brother Cass?
That's Sister Erica.
Yes,
the
sir.
great Sister Erica, who's always on the front line fighting for how they've been molding and what you call it, grooming our babies in these schools to be other than themselves. Go ahead, Erica. How can we?
Yes, sir.
What would you like to say today?
I would just like to say that I am one that will be casting a vote for Donald Trump. I've been seeing these Black women coming together and, you know, to separate themselves from the Black man.
Mm-hmm.
And today, what we're trying to do is rebuild the nuclear family,
right.
The Black nuclear family, heal it and rebuild it, because it's been torn apart for years. And this cycle is continuing, and now we're helping the enemy to separate our families.
Yeah.
You know, and the enemy right now is Kamala Harris. It is the Democratic Party. And as you said, I am out here all the time bringing attention to the fact that J.B. Pritzker signed a law into put it on the books a couple of years ago now. It's called the Comprehensive Sex Education Curriculum, where they are grooming the children, they're sexualizing the children, they're teaching them about anal sex, oral sex, transgenderism, cross-dressing, LGBT, pronouns, abortions, and these books contain child porn. I mean, explicit language. You know, it's unbelievable. And they are teaching the kindergartners the gay BCs instead of the ABCs. This curriculum is being taught from kindergarten through 12th grade. And most parents that I speak to when I'm out here in these streets sounding the alarm, they are not aware of this stuff that's being taught in the schools.
Wow.
You know, Yeah, some of them say that the baby came home with some homework and it had naked people on it, or they had a book, boys kissing boys, and
See, you could, how the heck can you, a father or anybody, ain't nowhere in the world, man, listen, I burn the school up that sent my kid home with stuff like that, and I didn't, without my permission. I would that principal by to find a new job.
Yeah, but see, it's this governor, and see Kim Fox, Kwame Raoul, Pedro Martinez, Stacey Davis Gates.
Wow.
None of them are doing anything. They won't say anything about it, and silence is complicity.
They won't say nothing. They can't say nothing.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm tired of hearing that.
No, they can't, because they not us. They are not. They not like us. They not like us. They would never be.
I understand, Ty, but this is my point to them, and I hope they're listening.
They listening.
You better speak up for these children, or the God is coming for you. That is my message to you.
God is here.
Not only is the God going to come for them, but their families are going to suffer because of what they're doing to these children. And then J.B. Pritzker signed another bill, and it just went into law January of this year, to say that they cannot ban these perverted books in the school.
Wow.
If they ban them, they will lose funding.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I know. J.B. Pritzker good at taking funding from people. He took probably $6 million from our organization and gave it to another group. So we know he's good at that, and there was no monies that he line item and put in the budget. Other elected officials did that so we could keep doing the good work we was doing, and he took it and then ride around here talking about he care about public safety and black communities. See the hypocrisy that we allowed that to happen. Our elected officials watched that happen to us as an organization, and they said nothing because they all in the bed together.
They are, Brother Ty, and he'll sit there and smile, as if he really cared for black people. Then you have these nonprofits that's busing people down there to sit in on his town halls.
Hey, Sister Erica, listen, we got to get ready to close out the show, but man, I appreciate you can call every week.
Call Tuesday.
You can call, and you always got this platform. If I'm speaking, I ain't got a platform. You got a platform, and all our sisters with something to say about anything. They could call in, and they could come in, and also you could come up here and sit at this table with us and help moderate it, because it's about our black women winning with us, and that's what conservatism represent, because now it's about family and unity of the black family, and I don't see no other time more fitting than to support Trump at this point, because we got to show them they don't have a monopoly on our vote. So thank you, sister, for calling in, and we gonna turn up right now. Democratic National Convention, here we come. So you all are tuned in to X-Cons for Trump every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 o'clock. Every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 o'clock. You're all welcome to join. You're all welcome to attend. This is a people's movement. Take care.
Everything I do, they gotta have it. How can I be mad though? It's my habit. They gravitate to me like a magnet. Cause everything look better. Everything look better in black. Everything look better in black. Everything look better in black. My penthouse, these black diamonds got me dripped out. Got a white girl with a black that there got me tripped out. Starbucks get a black